Hi, Mark, here Wednesday, October the 29th, 8:50 a.m. Eastern. US session underway. Let's have a look how the US dollar is performing. Starting on the dollar index, there you see the green candlestick. Demand for US dollars this morning. Support at 98.42. I've got resistance 98.80. This resistance level, buyers haven't been able to break above for the past week. We'll see if buyers get to this resistance level again, able to break higher. What we can see is the ascending trend line, which we had drawn in, came slightly below that earlier today, but buyers have stepped in and trading above the ascending trend line and looking to maintain above the trend line and looking to retest this resistance level. Let's have a look how the majors are shaping up, starting with the Euro US. And there you see the strong US dollar this morning, same as we saw in the index. I've got resistance at 116.60. I've got support at 116.18. There's the red candlestick. Given up a little bit. US dollar has buyers given up a little bit. Euro has fought back slightly. We'll just zoom in on the hourly. There was the fight back earlier in the European session, but with the US session underway, it's back to US dollar strength, selling euro, buying US dollar, and US dollar buyers looking down at the 116.18 support level. Let's have a look at the pound. US dollar very strong against the pound. Second day in a row now. I've got resistance at 132.81. I've got support at 131.96, almost 100 pips already, and testing that support right now. No fight back from the pound at this point. I'm just scrolling out here on the daily, and you can see back in May, again in July, and now for the third time, the support level is being tested. So we'll see whether US dollar buyers can break below the support, unable to on the two previous occasions, or whether buyers step in, buying pound and selling US dollar, and we see a reversal up from this level. But already it's moved almost 100 pips, US dollar strength against the pound to start this morning. Let's have a look at the US yen. Again, US dollar strength. There is the green candlestick. Support at 151.51, and I've got resistance at 152.51. 100 pip range on the US yen, and US strong against the yen this morning, looking to come up and test this resistance level. Sellers of US, buyers of yen, if there's going to be a turnaround, will look down at the support level. On the dailies, you can see following yesterday's move lower, EMAs are crossed to the downside, but if there's continued and maintained US dollar buying today, possibly will be enough to get the EMAs to cross back to the upside and resume the uptrend which we saw earlier. US dollar Canadian. Different pattern to the other three majors. Here we're seeing US dollar weakness, little red candlestick that's selling US, buying Canadian. I've got resistance at 139.49 and I've got support at 139.22. So trading in a narrow range so far, and there was a gap down to start, has moved that a little bit lower, selling US, buying Canadian. US dollar did bounce up off that support level, but sitting pretty flat in a tight range. If I zoom in on the hourly, there you can see price action sitting in the middle of the range, neither side really able to make a move or break above, so far, above this narrow resistance or support level. So the US dollar index showing strength, the euro, pound, and US dollar all US dollar showing strength against the euro, the pound, and the yen, sitting pretty flat against the Canadian as the US session does get underway. Good trading. We've got our support and our resistance levels to work with. We'll see where the US dollar strength can continue or if we're going to get a turnaround as the US session gets into its full stride.